Now, before we get into crypto, Reid, as you do sit on the Microsoft board, I wanted to get your take on this big deal, Microsoft buying Nuance for $16 billion. What do you think that Microsoft's ownership could do for Nuance in the expansion of its capabilities, having seen it yourself, having sold LinkedIn to Microsoft?
Well, at LinkedIn, we saw this amazing combination of the kind of network that we already built together with the amazing platform technologies that Microsoft brings. And in the case of Nuance and healthcare, Azure and the AI services that are part of it will all be part of accelerating that digital transformation of healthcare, which I think, obviously, given pandemic and other kinds of things, is a super important thing for overall society. And one of the other things that I learned on the LinkedIn side is how good Satya and his team are at actually integrating companies, both operationally and culturally. They've done a great job with LinkedIn. They've done a great job with GitHub. So one can be very positive about what that integration will look like also with Nuance.
Now, Reid, give me some perspective from the Microsoft side. You've been sitting on the board for many years. This is a big investment into AI, something I know that you have been very invested in for a long time now. Why do you think Microsoft is making this investment?
Well, artificial intelligence, the set of technologies that are going on right now, is the exponential amplification of the software transformation of industries. Because with all of the data and almost kind of like self-programming and accelerated programming that AI happens, this allows you to take basically almost every industry to kind of a new level with what software can mean, everything from analytics and decisioning to product qualities. And you're already seeing that in things like, for example, I'm also on the board of OpenAI, where you see a transformation of games and storytelling. You see transformations of customer experiences because they've made GPT-3 available as a set of APIs to companies, and there's I think 300 startups that are already using it. That gives you a sense of how much AI is going across all industries already.
Reid, so fascinating, and I know that this is something that you're very much watching, that expansion of AI. But I want to make sure also to get your thoughts on Coinbase, which of course you invested in. They're about to do a direct listing. You yourself have done IPOs. You also have SPACs. Tell me, why do you think a direct listing makes sense here, and what can this tell us about the coming trend about how companies are increasingly going to want to go public?
Well, I think that there are three great paths: IPOs, direct listings, SPACs. I think they choose differently for different companies. I'm not privy to the inside discussions at Coinbase in terms of how they decided direct listings, but classically direct listings are kind of like we actually just want to kind of put this out there in a way that kind of is everyone's participation right away. You don't have the kind of classic lockups and other kinds of discussions from the other paths, and the companies that do this are already so well known from their leading industry perspective. I think successfully the ones that do this are that I think that that's kind of the way people choose direct listings. I think there's reasons to choose any of the three, and I think obviously any company that's going out that's well positioned for the public market is a good thing in any of the three paths.
Well, Reid, there's certainly a lot of talk now about Coinbase's big move this week. The idea that this move to go public via direct listing could really represent a tipping point for cryptocurrency. Where do you see cryptocurrency going from here? Well,
so in crypto, one of the things I did is I wrote an article in 2015 about how the cryptocurrency is a transformation that is not just currency, but also assets and platforms leading to smart contracts. I think this is part of realizing that this is part of the infrastructure now, that part of the Coinbase saying, hey, actually, in fact, these cryptocurrencies will exist. They'll continue to develop. There'll be a range of them, and that they will serve different functions. One of the things that obviously we've been seeing in the last, kind of couple months is this kind of really amazing and mind-boggling thing around non-fungible tokens, always referred to as NFTs. Greylock actually made, 2 as yet undisclosed seed investments because we think that this is actually going to be one of the many areas in crypto that new things that people haven't seen before will be developed. And this is actually part of course, what's great about tech investing is what are the absolutely new things or the reinventions of industries that cause kind of like new products and services that make our lives better.